Okay, so now we're going to need to set up a camera because right now, as you saw in the last video, we only have one view and we need to be able to see both of our characters. And to do that, what we're going to need to do is go into our third person character that's going to be inside of your content folder, third person, and then blueprint folder. I'm going to go ahead and open that up. And we'll need to strip out the camera boom and the camera itself. And now we're pretty much ready to go. So we're just going to hit compile there. And then we're going to go back into our level. And we're going to go up to the little quickly add to project button up here. Go to all. And we're going to get a camera actor. Okay, just click on that. One kind of fun thing about this is you can go up and decide that you want to control a camera actor. Actually, I think I've got two actors in there right now, but camera actor 2, you know what? I want to find the other one real quick. I'm just going to delete camera actor 2. Let me go to camera actor. Where's that? Oh, it's right here. Okay. And I can pilot this thing. So if you either right click on that camera actor or you can just run from the camera actor as I'm piloting the camera actor right now. Okay, so if I get this right where I want it to be, let's say I want the camera to be right about here. I'm kind of close, and then I'll just hit up here, go to perspective, and let's see, we should see a camera floating in the air. If I go right here and select it, and then hit F, there's my camera. So it's a little bit closer to where we might want to be. If I need it to be higher or lower, instead of just doing this and dragging the widget around, I can go back up here or right click on the camera. As we said before, go to pilot camera actor, and we can pull up and around and kind of get it into the space where we need it to be, just initially where we want it to start. Okay, so I think I'm going to make mine more just top down as opposed to at an angle. So let me pull back here just a little bit. And that looks pretty good. I'll go ahead and flip this back to perspective. And so there's my camera actor. It's right there. And then I have everything else in my scene. So now if I run this, I've got my camera set up. You'll notice this is acting all crazy because it doesn't realize that it needs to be using the camera I put in the sky. So what we're going to need to do for that is we need to turn our camera actor into a blueprint. So if we have our camera actor selected in the level, we go to the details here, and we're going to convert this actor into a reusable blueprint class. That's this little blueprint button right here. Okay, so you want to be on details for the actor that we're going to change, the camera actor that is. And then we're going to turn this into a blueprint. So for this one, the blueprint name, I'm going to call this BP_CC camera level camera, or let's say CC camera. Yeah, that's too many C's. Player camera. Okay, name may considers white spaces. Oh, I think I got a space at the beginning. There we go. See, yep, that did it. Okay, BPCC player camera. Okay, so let's go ahead and hit enter. Oh, there we are. And we want this to go into our couch co-op. So hit OK. All right, let me try this one more time because it's still having an issue with how I'm setting this up. CC player camera. Okay. That looks good. Now we'll hit select. Okay, now we have our player camera here. Okay, and what we're going to want to do is just set this up so we have it following our characters. To do this, what we're going to do is go into our event graph, and let's see, we're not going to need these. We're just going to use the event begin play. It's going to need to find our characters. So we're going to drag off here. We're going to use set view target with blend. Now this is one of those things that, you know, it wouldn't be easy to grasp that we need this without knowing it ahead of time. So this is just one of those things that you'll need to know. It's not intuitive necessarily, but we'll need this node by itself. And then for our target, we're going to get player controller. Okay, so there we go. Actually, that's not the one. It says looking for a target state. Let me see. I'm going to pull off of this, and we're going to get player controller. And we actually want... not that one either. Yep, you might notice that there are a few different ones here that we could get. And let's try the context sensitive and see if that helps us out. There we are. That's the one we want. We don't want any kind of other business on there. We just want the get player controller by itself, and it should have player index 0. Now, as I said before, in the, let's see, I think it was in our game mode, right? Yeah, the -1 right here is just, it's going to tell the engine to keep incrementing out every time we add something on. So that's why here we're seeing player index 0, because this is all kind of coming back to local multiplayer stuff. And we're going to be using this a little bit later to be able to find all of our players, and depending on how far apart or close they are, we're going to zoom our camera in and out. We're going to be doing that a little bit later in another video, but just kind of get you set for that. Okay, so we got our get player controller, and then we're also going to need the new view target. That's just going to be a reference to self. So we're just going to get a reference to self. Everything else can pretty much stay as is. And let's compile that. And let's try this one more time. Aha, now we're cooking. Okay, now one thing you might notice is I might need to reposition my camera, because what I'm doing right now is I'm actually pressing up on my character and down, and I need to reorient my camera based on where my players are. So if I press up on the joystick right now, they're actually moving left and right. So what I'll need to do is change the orientation of my camera. So let's see, I'm going to go over here. There's my camera right there, and it looks like everybody's kind of backwards. The way the controllers are set up initially is where the camera is, so it's kind of weird, right? All right, so let's try and get this into a space where we want it to be. Let's try this way. We'll hit play. Okay, and nope, that's reversed. Okay, so we probably want to go to the other side over here. I'm just piloting the camera right now, so you guys who are wondering like, hey, what's going on here? How is he doing this? I'm just piloting the camera around. Okay, and we'll go back up here, hit perspective. Let's try it one more time. Okay, there we go. Now our characters are moving correctly based on which way the camera is facing, and initial facing for our player characters too. So we're controlling both our first and second player character. It's pretty far away. I think I might actually fly in a little bit closer. Gonna go back to my camera. Yeah, I think I want to be a little bit closer, and maybe a little bit more orthographic too. So that just means at an angle as we're looking at this. So I don't want to lose that. That covers everything pretty well. Let's try it one more time. Okay, yeah, I can see our characters a lot better. There's first player, and here's second player. Okay, and that's how to set up our camera, at least initially, before we start adding some other bells and whistles. All right.